Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
A new poll out today shows that a majority of Tennessee residents think the expulsions were wrong. And Tennessee is a very Republican state. It doesn't have a single statewide elected Democrat. But because this scheme in Tennessee was so brazen, and because voters who care about democracy mobilized so quickly, it was able to become a national story practically overnight, even amid a very busy news cycle. And because that mobilization was so quick, Representative Justin Jones didn't even miss a day of work. He was expelled and reinstated over the course of one weekend. And while what happened in Tennessee is particularly notable, it's far from the only example of conservative legislatures working quietly to roll democracy back. Just ask Justin Jones.
This is a historic day for Tennessee, but it may mark a very dark day for Tennessee because it will signal to the nation that there is no democracy in this state. It will signal to the nation that if it can happen here in Tennessee, it's coming to your state next. And that is why the nation is watching us, what we do here.
There's no other way to put it. Authoritarianism is ascendant in the Republican Party, and state legislatures are leading that charge. In Montana, state Republicans are trying to change how the elections are run, but only for the 2024 Senate race. They're trying to switch that race in particular to a top two primary system, which would effectively block any third-party candidates from the ballot. It's all part of a scheme to defeat the popular incumbent Democratic Senator Jon Tester. Republicans think he benefits from the current system, which allows third-party candidates to siphon votes from their nominees. And Montana's taken quite a few steps recently to roll back Democratic norms. In 2021, the Republican state legislature tried to end statewide elections of Supreme Court justices and instead have those justices elected by district, which of course means the legislature could gerrymander the map in support of conservatives. The same year, they also successfully changed the state's voter ID law to ban the use of student IDs from Montana colleges, making it that much more difficult for young people to participate in local democracy. According to one Republican legislator, her party changed the rules because, quote, college students tend to be liberal, end quote. I love when they say the quiet parts out loud.
Really? I mean, listen, everybody, Justin Pearson has been reinstated, okay? So Justin Jones was reinstated 2 days ago. Today in Memphis, Justin Pearson was reinstated. And all is not well. All is not well. The idea that we were able to see this, the idea that, people should have known that this was going on in the state laboratories of democracy, but they don't, is ideal for the people who really do want to get rid of democratic government. They want, look, the very rich people, and by them I mean a handful of billionaires, donor class billionaires, a handful of people are controlling so much of what's going on in this country, so much of it. And their goal, their end game is to have sort of an appearance of democracy like Russia does. Okay, Russia, it appears like they have elections, but it doesn't matter who votes or who doesn't vote. It matters who counts. And that's exactly the goal here. The goal here by design is what we see now, what we're experiencing now, the idea that you could elect somebody, you could actually go out and jump through all the hoops. Oh, your student ID is not real ID. Oh, your NRA card is, or your NRA ID is. You know what I'm saying? Like making it really, oh, no Dropbox this year. No, that was too easy. Oh, no mail-in ballots. No, we're not letting you mail them in. You have to come in, and you can only come in on one day. No, early voting, we're cutting it. We're cutting the amount of days. Early voting, no. Everything that they're doing is to give the appearance of a democracy that is still sort of somewhat functioning, but not really, in order for the very wealthy, the extreme people in this country to be the autocrats, to be in charge of everything, and you know what they'll sell you at the end, because right now what they're selling to the last remnants, the last remaining, stragglers. And that's all that the Republican Party is now. There's just a few stragglers left. I keep telling you that only 30% of this country is Republican. And of those 30%, you have about, 25% of them who are dead enders. You have 25% of them who honestly, believe that there is a chance that they could prevail in a white ethno state, and this is what they're going to continue to show up for, and this is what they're going to continue to be incensed about. This is what they're continue to be angry about. And the very rich, billionaires, they're down with this plan. They're like, okay, we can parlay those stragglers, this little minority, we can parlay them into a minority majority.